Lwal Uguak to the Sports 1440 studios. Kevin Carries, Eddie Steele. Lwal, thanks for coming in. And you just got back into town, too.
Yes, I did. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Well, congratulations. You just signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How did the whole process in the last kind of week or so happen and progress?
So it really started with the workout. I worked out for them December 12th. After that, kind of waited a little bit. They made the playoffs, so it kind of postponed things a little bit. And once their season came in finished, they started talking more about signing me and bringing me back to see, because they liked what they saw at the workout, and it kind of just we sealed the deal just Tuesday the other day. So I went there for a day, flew right back. It was long travel, but I'm back and I'm happy that I'm signed now.
So I know Eddie's just chomping at the bit here. We got two defensive linemen in the studio. So take her away, Eddie.
Yeah. Just real quick, just in terms of the business side of things, Lwal, contractually, do you have an agent? He's the American based?
No, he's Canadian. Rob Fry's.
There you go. We have the same agent.
There you
go.
Cool.
Small world.
Shout out Rob, man.
Yeah, man. Rob negotiated two of my best contracts in the
there you
CFL.
go.
So hey, you're in good hands, bro.
Great guy.
No, that's so you've been on a whirlwind since winning the Grey Cup then, because you win the Grey Cup late November, and then what, were you just starting to talk to NFL teams right after that, or what?
So we won the Grey Cup, kind of took a week to soak it all in. We had the parade and everything up there in Montreal. And then early December is when I started to kind of get the idea that I was probably going to go for the workout there. I was told that there would be a maybe if I get a shot or not. I think I did enough, but at the same time, it's sometimes that's not always what it is. So I was very thankful when Tampa came through and they called me to come through for the workout. So yeah, it was pretty quick, because the Grey Cup was November 19th, and then had a week of parading, and then I kind of had that sense that I was going to have that workout, so I was getting back in the weight room more often, and getting ready to get my body right, and on to the next chapter.
And it's tough too, because people talk about workouts all the time, Kevin, but then having a workout after a season, right? Like, and then after a Grey Cup celebration too. Like, I'm not saying, but I'm just saying that takes a little toll on you. So to get right and put on a showing at NFL workouts, man, that's a testament to you.
Thank you.
What was the workout like? What did you have to do?
So it was pretty, in D-line terms, and Eddie knows, like D-line drills, you got you got like pop-up bags, you got like probably like 4 or 5 staple drills for every D-line drill in practice. And it was basically that, and they kind of just wanted to see how well I moved and how I was able to change direction laterally, and just making sure that I was what they saw on film, and that's pretty much what it was. It wasn't too long, it wasn't too crazy. It was probably like, it was 4 or 5 drills, bang bang, and then it was done. I thought it was going to be, I was preparing for the worst. Yeah. It was good either way.
Kevin Carries, Eddie Steele, and Lwal Uguak in the Sports 1440 studios. So Lwal, just go back to the Grey Cup, and we had you on a couple of times over the course of the year when you were in Montreal. Then you came home, you had the bye week, and which was, it fit in just perfectly for you because you got to spend time with your family here. But just the whole season in Montreal, and how I guess you guys sort of started to peak and got better and better and better, and then ultimately, the ultimate prize at the end.
Right. So when coming into the season, I felt we had a pretty good team. We won most of the games, especially out in our division. We had three teams to beat, and that was pretty much BC, Toronto, and Winnipeg. We had our shots playing them. We played them pretty well in each game, except for that one game against Winnipeg in Winnipeg. That was tough. But and starting the season, a lot of people were saying, okay, Montreal is going to be one of those teams. And as we lost a couple games got away from us. And we kind of got just under 500. We were 6-7. And then I kind of came in. That's when I kind of came to the picture. I didn't really play. I played a little bit special teams. I played 5-10 snaps a game early on. But once we played Toronto that second time was kind of when I started to see the field a little more. Had a pretty good game against Calgary, and then from then we started rolling. We went from 6-7 to 11-7, and not 13-7 actually, winning the Grey Cup in the playoff game. So that was pretty fun.
and with a dominant defensive performance on route, right? Like your guys' D really shored up throughout the season. So, that's got to make a guy feel good when you're a piece of that.
Yeah.
I see you smiling.
We did change a couple things in our defense once I started playing.
Yeah. So we have a lot of similarities between us because you and I both played for this guy. I'm going to hold releasing my feelings about him as a coach. But what are your thoughts on Coach Moss? I want to see if we align in terms of how we feel about him as a coach.
Coach Moss, honestly, in my first year, I think that's probably the best coach that I could have had. He's very fiery, and like for the team that we had and all the different type of people we have Quebec people, we had people from America, we had people from all over Canada, and he was able to really make the team gel. And I didn't really know his past or where he was coaching, but I've seen him and watching TV, watching the Eskimos games, Elks games, and stuff like that. But he was definitely came in with that mindset where he was gonna try to make sure that we were the closest knit team. And even when we went on a losing skid, and it was pretty dark times in the locker room, and we were still playing. We had a Bird's Nest, which is like a group of all the players were grouped in different positions and nationalities and all that, just to make sure that we were getting to know each other. We're in the locker room playing games, and we just lost. And in the moment, it's like coach, come on,
what are we doing here?
What are we doing? But then it's like, then we look back and we look to the playoffs and like playing teams like Winnipeg and how resilient we were as a team, and how on the defense we're like, yo, you're my brother, I'm your brother, let's go do this. And that kind of, and I know it's little in the locker room. We're playing,
it's real though.
We're playing what was it called? Pickleball. I don't play that, but they're playing pickleball. We have the little hoop, we got the ping pong table
Soccer
set up.
Ball and stuff.
Guys are staying in the locker room till 6 p.m. after a day of practice and lifting. And it was just a bonding with the team, and I really like that. And that was a really good thing that he did.
That's important, man, because when you're in the trenches in war, like you say, against Winnipeg, battle tested, you look at that dude next to you, he's got your back.
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
Kevin Carey, Eddie Steele, and Lwal Uguak in the Sports 1440 studios. Text coming in 1-833-401-1440. Triple C in a truck just says he's got 6 letters in capital letters, Titans, Titans. So that's where it all started for you, Lwal, playing for the Harry Ainley Titans. And we had Tyler Greenslade on yesterday. You heard about that. And the fact that he was just talking about how proud he was, and the school's proud of you. So just kind of take us back to Harry Ainley, where you got your start, and then where you moved forward.
So when I came into Ainley, was actually Greenslade's first year. He was just finishing a little tenure with it was Saskatchewan. He was in CFL for a bit. Then he came down, started coaching. I knew that he was a younger coach, and he was going to try to find ways. We were going to be kind of the test dummies to see how we go. And I think as time went and we began to trust each other, and he kind of looked towards me to be a leader, things started to fall into place. My grade 10 year, I was a little bit injured here and there, but he still, demanded a lot out of me. Grade 11, I was starting to really, feel in my body and feel better on the field, more comfortable, more confident. And once we hit grade 12, that was when we kind of broke through. And not just me, a lot of guys on the team too, that we came in that year. Won the provincial championship. By then, I was already committed to UConn, and things were starting to look up in my football career. I went to UConn, played as a true freshman, played in most games that I was there actually, and then COVID, we didn't have a season, but I decided to transfer after the 2021 season. We're going through some coaching changes as well and some things over there, so I decided that it was in my best interest to go and transfer, and I landed at TCU. And that was another great experience, to be honest, going to the national championship. So it was
exposure.
Yeah, and we went from national championship to big off season, getting ready for pro day, going to pro day, then going to workouts in New York, then going to workout in Atlanta, and then the next day after Atlanta, I was in Montreal, and then we were in football. We were in camp, and then from camp to the season, a full Grey Cup 24-week season, and then for it to all pay off with me getting this NFL look is. I don't even see how big it is, but it's like damn. It's been. I think I needed a little well-deserved break, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's the truth, man. And you do need to, just from experience. And I mean, you've reached a level that I've never been able to reach. I played 9 years in the CFL, but I never signed an NFL contract. And you need to soak it in, but man, you got to also keep that head down and grind because you're in such a special, unique situation. And like you have such good leverage too with the CFL game now. Now that you've inked that NFL contract, regardless of Montreal having your rights, etc., if anything doesn't happen the way you want it to pan out down south, man, the leverage that you have coming back, having had that NFL opportunity in the CFL, being a Canadian, I'm envious of you, man. I'm envious of you, brother. Plus the game tape. Because forget all the extra stuff, the hype of the NFL. You got the game tape. You showed out in the Grey Cup. 5 tackles, no sack. Did you have a sack?
No, but I almost had one. Shout out Lemon.
You smoked Brady. Yeah, Lemon got that. Yeah. So like the tape, and that's everything. The tape is everything. So with the NFL, just talking some of your metrics, man. How much your height and weight? What do you normally play at, and what are you looking to play at down south?
So I'm 6'4", 260 right now. Try to stay between 260 and 265. Obviously, whatever they want me, I can get up there. I've played all over the D line, especially going while I was at UConn and while I was at TCU. I went up to 280, dropped down to 270, and dropped down to 265, and that's kind of where I feel comfortable right now. I feel like I could play inside and out. So really, whatever they have planned for me, I'll go in and do my best.
I know you say, you politically correct. Yeah, you can do whatever. But what are you most comfortable? Are you stand-up D end, or do you want your hand in the dirt?
I can play on the edge. I can play on the edge for sure. I feel like I have good length, and that's what I was kind of, I was grateful that I was able to really show that this year. Played in a different type of defense while I was at TCU, so it wasn't your traditional, 4-3 or just, especially at my position, we were a little bit expendable, playing inside and outside. But that's why I'm grateful that I had the opportunity in Montreal to really show, because I know there was a lot of people that were like, oh, can he play inside? Can he play outside? Like, we think he should be playing inside, and it's like, I feel like I had that opportunity to really show people and show doubters or whoever it was that I can play the game of football, and I'm happy that I got a chance to do that.
Kevin Carey, Eddie Steele, and Lwal Uguak in the Sports 1440 studios in Montreal. Just can you discuss and tell our listeners how much the likes of Sean Lemon and Armando Sewell helped you this last year?
Yeah, those guys really took me under their wing, to be honest. Sean came a little late in the season. We had a completely different D line, and then they made a couple changes, a couple moves. Sean came in, and he took me under his wing. He was telling me, like, yo, like you could really do some things if you just keep grinding, and come, like, he tell me to come stay over here with him, and like we'd hang out, we'd go grab food and all that stuff, and in a matter of time, I was in the starting role with him, and it's crazy how with like a player like Sean, like we had a lot of things that complemented each other. He was the edge rusher, but like there was I'm trying to think, there was one play. Oh, it was Toronto. He got the strip sack against Chad Kelly. He got the strip sack, fumble. Like he's like, yo, Lou. He said. He's telling me to take the inside move. I took the inside move. As soon as I did, I was like, I know why he did that. Quarterback rolled out to the right.
So we could go high.
You see Lemon coming, and I seen him. He just swatted the ball. I was like, okay, I got you. And we would do that stuff unconsciously. So it was pretty crazy. Mondo as well. Those guys, I feel like they're my uncles. No,
they are, because they're my age playing still. It's crazy.
They're a little older, and I knew Mondo since I was young. Because Mondo played out here in Edmonton. I didn't know him, but like he was running camps at Ainley, and I've seen him. I've heard his name. Like 2010, I played a preseason. And I think I played a halftime show. I don't know if it was a preseason game for you guys, but I was with the Edmonton Chargers, and I played a halftime show, and I'm pretty sure Mondo was playing in that game, and we didn't know each other, but now I always tell him, I'm like, bro, I'm your teammate now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I read that article. That's cool.
Yeah. I was at just outside Commonwealth one day years ago, and Armando's standing outside, and this lady comes, and I don't know her. I'd never seen her before in my life, and she brought Armando like a whole basket of fresh fruit from BC.
Oh, wow.
And he grabbed, and he gave her a hug, and then he had to go into practice. And I said, so do you like, are you know him? Like, are you tight? No, that's just Armando. I just wanted to give him some fruit. And like, that's kind of how Armando is, I guess.
Actually, in later on in the season, we started to do some. They invited me actually. They were doing it the whole year, but I guess I didn't know. But Mono can cook. Like Mono can really cook. And like he was grilling stuff on us. He said, "Hey Lou, pull up, come to the market, come grab something to bring, and then I'll cook it all on the grill." And he would really. I'm like, okay, I see why. I see why you.
Why he looked like a silverback gorilla.
Exactly. Like, yo, what? Like,
Lwal Uguak with this. Eddie had something?
Yeah, well, I know we got to wrap up fairly quick.
We're okay.
I just want to ask you, what do you love about football the most, man? You're a defensive lineman, so you got to love the contact. You got to love the violence a bit. What is it about football that you really love?
There's a lot to love about football. I talk to my friends because they're basketball players. Some of them didn't. Not many of them played football, but they're like, damn, bro, like, that doesn't hurt. This and that. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I've been playing this since I was 7, man. I'm not too. That stuff doesn't really faze me. It's just a part of the game. It's like, rolling an ankle for basketball or going for a rebound, getting poked or something like that. But I think the fact that there's the two things I like the most is that you're part of a family, like you're really part of a brotherhood. Like I was telling my friend the other day, like, let's be real, football players. Since I've been playing, most of them have been playing since they were in high school or younger, and that same feeling goes all the way till they're 35. The jokes Lemons cracking at 35 years old in the locker room are the same things that we were cracking in high school, and just the way we're acting and stuff like that. So that as well, and also like. A lot of people, you can talk your trash, you can do that, but you got to always back it up. And I love being able to back it up. Hey, like I was saying the other day, I was on another interview against Winnipeg. There was this guy called me a liability. One of the older O-line. Winnipeg got an older O-line.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this liability came in late in the game. It was just like,
who was it? Brian or Harper?
I don't even know. It was. I think it was the center. He had long hair.
Okay,
something like that. But they tried calling me out of my name, and I was like, okay. And then like 15, 16 weeks later, when I got the chance to actually play them again, and I really showed them who I really was, and it was like, okay, who has the last laugh now? I don't got to say too much to you guys, but who got the last laugh?
Kevin Carey, Eddie Steele with our special guest, Lwal Uguak, in studio on Sports 1440. Text coming in 1-833-401-1440. Congratulations on your great year, Lwal. Coach Mel.
Oh, Coach Mel.
Chargers is where it all started, and you mentioned
he was my first head football coach. Coach Mel, if you're hearing this, man, I love you and I miss you, man. For real. It's been a long time.
Good stuff.
That's good.
And you did mention football family, but your real family. Can you just talk about how proud they are of you? And every time I interview, we always say, "Run us down where all the brothers are." Where is her playing in Europe right now?
Yeah, I hear.
So run us down what the family said about everything, how proud they are of you, and then where all the brothers are.
Okay, so my family, they're really proud, and they knew. They knew when things were starting to heat up. I was giving them updates as my agent was telling me, and when I went, as soon as I went and I signed, I came back and I called my mom, and she was just so like ecstatic. She was super happy for me because she knows she may not know as much about football and how the game goes, but she's been paying attention more and more and more as I've been growing, and I'm just happy that I'm able to show her that she made the right choice putting me with the Edmonton Chargers back when I was 7 years old. Here I was just talking with him the other day too. He's pretty excited. I'm actually going to go visit him in Germany, watch one of his games February 9th. Me and him we talk every day, and he knows he saw it in me that I was able to do something like this. And like I said, we've always had that camaraderie, that brotherhood where we're like, yo, you can do this, I can do that. And, we're just gonna keep getting better as we get older and as we grow. So he's doing really good. I'm excited to go see him and see what Europe looks like. His first time. My little brother is at Queens right now. He's starting his second year. He's just getting ready for the season. Actually coming back, when I seen him, his body's changed and he's gone through one full semester of off-season college training. I'm happy that he's finally getting able to fill out his body and learn the game more and really hone into what he has. My youngest brother is still figuring things out right now. I think he has a really good shot at going to play in youth sports as well. But as his time's going to come the same way mine did, and the same way all of my other brothers did.
Did the last time that we talked, it was, I think, during the break when you were here,
Mhm.
and I remember, and both whenever I interview her, he says too, I don't remember the last time all four of the brothers were together.
Yeah.
So when has it been? Do you know?
It's been since we were all together, COVID.
Oh,
When we
wow.
were all under one roof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have my oldest brother, he lives in Vancouver. He works over there. But us four, the last time was definitely COVID
Yeah.
because I remember he played Stingers last year, and as he was coming in, like I left like a week after. So
Mhm.
it was like didn't even have that much time to really get to enjoy the time with them. But I'm glad I get to go over there and see him, see some family. I got some family in London. London, we're gonna go to Germany, then we're gonna go to London. We're gonna go see what Europe's talking about.
And right after this interview, you're going over to see another buddy of Eddie's.
Yep, Odell Willis. Got to get right, man. Me and him. He's definitely realizing what we have in store right now, and he's taking advantage to pull out every all the strings to get me right for the season.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. I have someone like that in my corner at the moment.
Soak up that wisdom, man. Take advantage of it. There's a reason he's got 100+ sacks.
Exactly.
Yeah. What would Odell be saying to you, and what would he be kind of, I guess, parlaying his wisdom experience? So what do you think you're going to get out of this year?
I think I'm going to get because from someone that's been in these shoes before and has played for this long, it was really I've always known Odell, but it was really Lemon that connected us three because they played with each other and they played each other in BC. They both call me Chicken Wing Lou, which is just funny. They got a little nickname for me. So anytime I'm a little tired or whatever, he's like, "Come on, Chicken Wing," and he's getting at me because they know what it is, and I obviously know too. But when you're tired, when you're pushing through, you need something like that that's just gonna let you know, hey. Don't forget what's at store right now. Don't forget where you're trying to go. No matter how hard what we're doing, just put your head down and do it. Because then there's going to be a day when you're in camp and when you're trying to make this team where you're like, dang, am I, what is this fatigue? No, this moment's too big to just let go like that.
You got one last one, Eddie? Anything?
Honestly, that's about it, KK, man. It's impressive. This is impressive listening to you speak, man. And I'm happy for you. I don't know you like that, but I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, man.
Cool,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
We have one last text I want to get to here, and that's a good way to close it out. This comes from Googie. Been a Bucks fan since the team's inception, but have never bought a jersey because I always felt they looked dumb without numbers, and I didn't want the generic Sapp, Lynch, or Brady. But now I can't wait until I can pick up and proudly wear my Uguak Tampa Bay jersey.
Hey, man. I really appreciate that. I gotta go get right.
Yeah, a lot of work to do.
A lot of work.
To do. So we wish you all the best, Lwal. We appreciate you coming in. And now you got it from here. You're going right to training.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate
Thanks a lot, and best of luck. And of course, we'll be following your career and your how you're moving up to this next stage, up to this next level. Thanks for coming on.
Appreciate it.
All right, that's Lwal Uguak.